Hey guys, this is Bordeaux Ballistics here, and I kind of want to give you a tour of the bench. This is my reloading bench. I do reload. Um, I don't have the highest quality camera equipment, so I'm not going to be able to do crazy stuff. It's going to be kind of janky. But yeah, this is a tour. Got a lot of crap literally everywhere. It is very disorganized all the time. I try to help that out by using some of these from little bolt organizers, I guess, from Harbor Freight. So what's my reloads on there? Just a few of the ones I use a lot of. So Sierra 77 grain hollow point bow tails, just from Target Plain King. I have some 6mm for my 243 loads, some 243 Hornady match grade bullets, some 9mm stuff, a lot of crazy stuff. I have a handful of calibers. I'll eventually do a few video or two of all the guns and stuff if you guys are interested in that. As of late, everything's been very hectic. I had to move all this stuff around not too long ago, but whatever. So I just want to share with you some reloads I have. So this row right here is all the Barnes, I believe, 85 grain TSX bullets. I wanted to try these out mainly just because, I'll focus, just because I listen to a lot of Ron Spomer, and he rants all the time about how great these guys are. So I really wanted to try these out. And then I have some 243 in 100 grain Hornady BTSP interlock bullets. But these are the load I normally use with the powder Grand from Ramshot. It's a relatively newer powder, I believe. Came out like a year ago, maybe a year and a half. Kind of gotten my hands on it a little bit. Used them in these, were very good. I usually test everything at 50 yards. Pretty darn good. But I have these at different seating depths. So these are at 0.630, and then seat a little bit more. So, right, sorry about that. The air conditioner was going crazy. Where was I? Oh yeah, so I'm going to experiment with some seating depths for these guys, for these 243s. And then I'm kind of doing a bunch of retesting because my data that I have going on that I usually put down on is kind of not great. The system I have is really bad. What I do have some data for that are good recipes for me, at least, are some Hornady 100 grain using Grand. That I was just telling you about these guys. So I want to try to get these a little bit more accurate because they do have a 1-inch group at 100 yards, but I would like to tighten those up about maybe 0.8, 0.65. But to be honest, I'm using a Savage Axis, so I'm not expecting insane accuracy anyway for being like a $400 gun. And the 90 grains here at Tippecanoe King, so they came out to about 0.4, 4-inch group, so at 100 yards. So very good group. That was with Varget and the Winchester large rifle primers, which is what the Sierra manual says to do. So I'm going to try to do a little bit more experimenting with getting some hunting loads built up, and then hopefully this fall we can take a deer. I have no clue how that's going to work, if it's going to be better than the 85 grain TSX bullets. I would assume that the 100 grain, because I usually use Federal PowerShock, which is pretty much a 100 grain interlock bullet or lead nose bullet. So those have always worked really well for me. Do have a lot of brass. It's probably too much brass, to be honest. But I am kind of excited to see how these 90 grain or 85 grain TSX bullets are, just because they are kind of expensive. I think I bought them for like $45 for a box of 50, so not cheap. I try to cut costs where I can as far as using range brass and brass I've shot myself, and then kind of just buying primers wherever I can. I think these are Winchester. They're either Winchester or Remington. I think they're my brain. I'm pretty sure these are Remington primers, and I had a little bit of trouble seating those for whatever reason. They're just really tight primers, I guess. But yeah, so we're going to do eventually do some loads. I'll show you the data and stuff of what I have. I do not have a chronograph yet, so I can't give you guys super duper accurate information as far as velocities and SDs and ESs and whatnot. Eventually I will get one. I just, buying too much stuff at a time, so I gotta take one step at a time with this. I have been loading for about 2 years now, so not super duper long, so I'm still learning. So if I say any wrong information, let me know in the comments down below. But other than that, guys, thank you for tuning in and checking out my workbench. Very fun stuff in the future. Don't know how crazy I'm going to go. More of just stuff that kind of wanted to share and share the experiences that I've had reloading, especially post-COVID, because I am a relatively new reloader. Like I said, none of my family members reload that I know of. I think a few of them loaded shotgun. I do have a shotgun press. I have reloaded a few shotgun shells. Just not great. It's not great results with that, but eventually we'll get into other stuff. A bunch of guns that I have, so there's a lot of experiments I can do with bullets. I mean, obviously we have those, but down here, a lot of bullets. That whole thing is full of powder, so a lot of powders, a lot of different calibers to have fun with. So yeah, so I hope you guys stay tuned and have some fun with me, and hopefully we can get some pretty good results and hopefully some good information to you guys. All right, see you guys later.